Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Military Forces Unleashed. Today, we're diving into the world of the Horizon-class destroyers, Europe's answer to the 21st century naval battlefield. These ships are the pride of the Italian and French navies, designed to bring some serious firepower to the table. But as with any complex piece of military hardware, there's a lot more beneath the surface. Stick around as we unpack the history, design, and deployment of these vessels, and of course, take a look at some of the hiccups along the way. The Horizon-class destroyers came to life during a time when European nations were trying to figure out how to play nice together on defense. It was the late 1990s, and the Cold War hangover was still making everyone a bit paranoid. France, Italy, and the United Kingdom initially decided to team up and build a next-gen air defense destroyer. The idea was simple: create a warship that could protect naval task forces from incoming missiles, jets, and whatever else might come their way, all while keeping European waters a no-go zone for any potential threats. However, this grand plan of unity didn't last long. The United Kingdom, after some initial handshakes and smiles, decided to back out in favor of developing its own Type 45 destroyer. Classic case of the Brits saying thanks but no thanks. This left France and Italy holding the bag. They decided to push forward with the project, officially launching it in 2000 under the Horizon program. Now, you'd think two countries working together on a single ship design would lead to a streamlined process, right? Wrong. What unfolded was more of a you-to-you situation. Both nations had very different ideas about what their destroyers should look like and how they should perform. The French wanted a ship that could also double as a command center, while the Italians were focused on a more straightforward air defense role. This divergence led to each country customizing their ships with their own specific needs, turning what was supposed to be a unified project into a bit of a Frankenstein's monster. For instance, the French insisted on adding extra communication systems and space for command staff, while the Italians prioritized anti-aircraft capabilities, making their ships a bit more specialized. These differences weren't just about operational roles, they reflected deeper cultural and strategic differences between the two navies. As a result, the collaboration was less about teamwork and more about compromise, with both sides occasionally clashing over everything from radar systems to engine configurations. In the end, the Horizon-class destroyers that sailed out of French and Italian shipyards were close cousins, rather than identical twins. Despite the shared platform, they had different electronics, different weapon systems, and even different layouts. This customization did allow each nation to get exactly what they wanted out of their ships, but it also added layers of complexity and cost to the project. Moreover, the challenges didn't stop at the design table. The actual construction of the ships was plagued by delays, budget overruns, and a fair amount of finger-pointing. French and Italian shipbuilders weren't always on the same page, leading to friction and, at times, outright frustration. And let's not forget the political drama that came with it. Balancing the interests of two sovereign nations, each with its own defense contractors, military brass, and political stakeholders, was a juggling act that often felt more like a circus. So, while the Horizon-class destroyers represent a significant achievement in European defense collaboration, their birth was anything but smooth. The ships that eventually emerged were impressive, but the process that brought them into existence was a textbook case of the difficulties in multinational defense projects, where compromise often takes precedence over efficiency, and the final product is more a reflection of political realities than pure military necessity. When you first lay eyes on the Horizon-class destroyer, there's no mistaking its purpose. With a sharp, angular silhouette that cuts through the water and a radar tower that seems to reach for the sky, this ship doesn't just look serious, it looks ready. Stretching 152.87 meters from bow to stern and 20.3 meters across the beam, the destroyer is built with a balance of speed and maneuverability in mind. But don't let those clean lines fool you. Beneath the surface lies a web of compromises and engineering headaches. The ship's stealthy design is meant to minimize its radar cross-section, making it harder to spot. But stealth doesn't mean invisible, just less obvious. The designers have done a decent job of smoothing out the edges, quite literally, to keep the radar signature low, but it's a bit like hiding a boulder behind a bush. You know it's still there, just not as clearly. Still, every little bit helps when you're trying to avoid a missile lock. The real crown jewel of the Horizon-class destroyer is the PAMs, or Principal Anti-Air Missile System. This Franco-Italian brainchild is the core of the destroyer's defensive capabilities. It's a sophisticated piece of kit designed to intercept and neutralize airborne threats before they become a problem. In theory, it's a game-changer for naval defense, a system that's as complex as it is critical. It's integrated with the MPAR multifunction radar, which serves as the ship's eyes and ears, scanning the skies for anything that might come too close for comfort. However, fitting all of this high-tech gear into what is still a relatively compact hull wasn't easy. Space became a premium commodity early in the design process. The French and Italians both had their own sets of requirements, which meant compromises had to be made at nearly every turn. On one hand, you've got to pack in the PIMs, along with the missiles, radars, and electronic warfare systems that support it. On the other, you need to make sure there's still room for the crew, the engines, and all the other essentials that keep the ship running. As a result, the Horizon-class destroyers are a bit like a well-organized closet. Everything has its place, but there's not much room to spare. The French and Italian navies both wanted their own versions of the ship, which meant the design had to accommodate different equipment and operational needs. This led to a cramped interior where every square meter was scrutinized and repurposed. The result is a destroyer that, while undoubtedly capable, sometimes feels more like a Swiss Army knife, multifunctional, but at the cost of comfort and simplicity. Even the bridge and command spaces reflect this tight squeeze. Designed to house the latest in command and control technology, these areas are packed with displays, consoles, and communication gear. It's a far cry from the spacious, open bridges of older warships where officers could pace around and bark orders. Here, every inch is accounted for, every button and switch positioned for maximum efficiency, and every console designed to serve multiple functions. It's efficient, sure, but also a reminder that when you try to do everything, something's got to give. So, while the Horizon-class destroyer's design is undoubtedly a feat of modern naval engineering, it's also a case study in the challenges of trying to meet diverse operational needs within a single platform. It's a ship that in many ways embodies the classic struggle between form and function, with a bit of international politics thrown in for good measure. When it comes to arming the Horizon-class destroyers, the designers didn't hold back. The centerpiece of their firepower is the Aster missile system, with both Aster 15 and Aster 30 variants on board. These missiles provide short and long-range air defense, making the destroyers capable of neutralizing anything from low-flying aircraft to ballistic threats. On paper, it's a near-perfect combination. Aster 15 for close engagements, and Aster 30 for intercepting threats before they even get within striking distance. But as with many high-tech solutions, the execution wasn't always as flawless as the concept. The Aster missiles are launched from the Silver Vertical Launching Systems, VLS, and here's where the French and Italian versions diverge. The French opted for the A-50 launchers, capable of firing a broader range of missiles, including future upgrades. The Italians, however, chose the more focused A-43 launcher, prioritizing immediate air defense needs. This split approach showcases how each nation tailored the design to their strategic requirements, resulting in ships that, while similar, are not entirely identical. Of course, having two different configurations meant ironing out kinks during integration, a process that was far from smooth. The Horizon class is also equipped with the OTO Melara 76mm Super Rapid Gun, a versatile cannon designed for engaging surface targets. This rapid-firing gun can lay down a formidable barrage, whether against fast attack boats or incoming missiles. However, early trials revealed issues with syncing the gun with the ship's radar and fire control systems, leading to delays in targeting and occasional misfires. While not catastrophic, these glitches underscored the challenges of cramming so much high-tech gear into a single platform. Rounding out the armament are various machine guns and small-caliber weapons meant for close-in defense. These systems serve as the destroyer's last line of protection, but their reliance on manual operation adds a layer of complexity. Integrating all these weapon systems, each impressive in its own right, has proven to be a major challenge. Early tests highlighted interoperability issues, particularly when coordinating the Aster missiles with other onboard systems. While many of these problems have been addressed, the experience serves as a sobering reminder. Even the most advanced warships are only as effective as the sum of their parts. The Horizon-class destroyers rely on a combined diesel and gas CODAG propulsion system, a hybrid setup designed to deliver both speed and efficiency. The system combines two General Electric LM2500 gas turbines and two CMT peel-stick diesel engines, providing the destroyers with a unique ability to switch between power modes depending on operational needs. The gas turbines are used for high-speed maneuvers, allowing the ships to hit top speeds of up to 29 knots, quick enough to keep pace with carrier groups and intercept threats at a moment's notice. Meanwhile, the diesel engines handle cruising speeds, offering better fuel economy during long patrols. This dual-engine arrangement provides the flexibility needed for various mission profiles, but it also introduces a level of complexity that has proven challenging. The CODAG system requires precise synchronization between the gas turbines and diesel engines, and getting that balance right has been tricky. Early on, engineers encountered issues with the transition between power modes, leading to unexpected shutdowns and other teething problems. Both the French and Italian navies have had to invest in software upgrades and additional training for their crews to ensure smooth operations, which was not part of the original plan. Maintenance has also been a point of contention. The complexity of the CODAG system means that these ships need more frequent and detailed maintenance than originally anticipated. While the gas turbines themselves are relatively low maintenance, the integration with the diesel engines has resulted in higher wear and tear on key components. This has forced both France and Italy to conduct more frequent overhauls, impacting the availability of the ships for extended deployments. It's a classic case of trading simplicity for capability, an exchange that's common in modern naval engineering, but not without its headaches. Despite these challenges, the power and propulsion systems of the Horizon-class destroyers are generally seen as a success. The CODAG system offers a fine balance between speed and range, allowing the ships to perform a wide variety of roles, from high-speed intercepts to long-duration patrols. However, the demanding maintenance schedule and the complexities of the engine management system serve as constant reminders that with advanced technology comes equally advanced problems. Whether the trade-offs are worth it remains a matter of debate among naval engineers, but for now, the Horizon class continues to patrol European waters, quirks and all. When it comes to real-world deployments, the Horizon-class destroyers have certainly been put through their paces. These ships have been sent to some of the world's most volatile regions, from the Mediterranean to the Persian Gulf and the Indian Ocean. They've taken part in anti-piracy operations off the coast of Somalia, where their advanced radar and air defense systems have provided crucial support to international naval coalitions. These destroyers have also been involved in humanitarian missions, such as disaster relief in the aftermath of natural disasters, proving that their versatility extends beyond just military engagements. In NATO exercises, the Horizon class has often found itself front and center, showcasing its air defense capabilities. During these drills, the destroyers have demonstrated their ability to defend naval task forces from aerial threats, a critical role in any modern naval operation. However, the road to operational readiness has not been without its bumps. Early deployments revealed some flaws in the radar systems, which were initially plagued by software glitches that reduced their effectiveness in tracking fast-moving targets. These issues required extensive debugging and updates before the systems could perform as expected. Missile integration also posed a significant challenge during the initial deployments. The Aster missiles, crucial to the ship's defense, experienced compatibility problems with the Silver vertical launching systems, leading to delays in missile launches during drills. This raised serious concerns among naval commanders, as it highlighted the risks associated with relying on untested systems in critical situations. These problems were eventually ironed out, but not before causing considerable frustration among crews and engineers alike. Despite these teething problems, the Horizon-class destroyers have gradually proven their worth in various theaters. Their presence in the Persian Gulf has been particularly notable, where they've served as a deterrent against potential threats to shipping lanes and regional stability. The ships have also taken part in joint operations with allied navies, further solidifying their role as key players in European and NATO maritime strategy. Yet, these deployments have also highlighted the delicate balance between cutting-edge technology and operational reliability, a balance that's still being fine-tuned. Ultimately, the real-world performance of the Horizon-class destroyers reflects the challenges of fielding a new, high-tech platform. While they've successfully completed numerous missions, the early technical issues serve as a reminder that even the most advanced warships come with their own set of growing pains. The ongoing adjustments and improvements underscore the reality that in the world of naval engineering, perfection is always just out of reach, no matter how sophisticated the ship may be. No military project is without its critics, and the Horizon-class destroyers are no exception. The first and perhaps most glaring issue is cost. Initially projected as a relatively affordable venture, the program's budget ballooned far beyond expectations. By the time the first ship hit the water, French and Italian taxpayers were staring down a significantly larger bill than they had signed up for. The reasons for this? A cocktail of design revisions, unexpected technical challenges, and the ever-popular bureaucratic inefficiency. In short, the usual suspects in any multinational defense project. The spiraling costs raised eyebrows in government circles and among the public, fueling debates over whether the expense was truly justified. Then there's the issue of time. The Horizon class was supposed to be a quick turnaround project, a sleek modern destroyer rolled out in a matter of a few years. But like many grand plans, this one hit the inevitable delays. Design changes, some necessary and others arguably less so, played a part, but supply chain issues were another major stumbling block. The complexities of sourcing specialized components from different countries slowed progress to a crawl at times. By the time the ships were finally ready for service, the world had changed, and some of the original requirements already seemed outdated. The delays not only inflated costs, but also left the French and Italian navies waiting longer than anticipated for their new toys. Another significant criticism is aimed at the destroyer's anti-submarine warfare ASW capabilities, or lack thereof. In a time when submarines are a growing threat, especially with the proliferation of quieter, more advanced models, having limited ASW capability is a serious drawback. While the Horizon class excels in air defense, its undersea warfare capabilities are considered underwhelming by many experts. This has led to concerns that these ships, despite their cutting-edge technology, might be vulnerable in a conflict where submarines play a major role. It's a bit like having a state-of-the-art home security system, but forgetting to lock the back door. Sure, you're protected from some threats, but not all. The ships have also been scrutinized for their interoperability, or sometimes the lack thereof. Despite being a joint venture, the French and Italian navies ended up with slightly different versions of the same ship, tailored to their specific needs. This customization sounds good on paper, but has led to a few logistical headaches. For instance, during joint operations or NATO exercises, the differences in onboard systems have occasionally caused confusion, requiring additional coordination and sometimes even extra equipment to bridge the gaps. It's a classic case of trying to please everyone and ending up with compromises that aren't ideal for anyone. In the end, while the Horizon-class destroyers are undoubtedly a leap forward in many respects, they are also a reminder of the pitfalls that come with ambitious, multinational projects. The combination of high costs, delays, and limited ASW capabilities, coupled with the challenges of interoperability, means these ships are not without their flaws. Yet, despite these issues, they remain a cornerstone of European naval power, a testament to the fact that, in the world of defense, perfection is often an elusive target, even for the most well-intentioned projects. In an era where symbolism often carries as much weight as capability, the Horizon-class destroyers stand as a testament to European naval ambition. Despite their many challenges, financial overruns, delays, and the occasional interoperability hiccup, these ships embody the idea that Europe is more than just a collection of nations. It's a unified force with serious military clout. France and Italy, two nations with storied naval histories, managed to put aside enough of their differences to create something that, while not perfect, sends a clear message. European waters are well guarded, and European interests are not to be trifled with. The Horizon-class destroyers represent a significant leap forward in cooperative defense efforts between France and Italy, even if the collaboration wasn't always smooth sailing. The project, with its Franco-Italian roots, is a rare example of two nations working together to create a shared military asset, a concept that's often talked about but rarely executed to this extent. Sure, the project had its rough patches, disagreements over design, cost, and the occasional national pride clash, but in the end, the result is a pair of ships that can hold their own on the world stage. These destroyers are more than just military hardware. They're floating symbols of European unity, or at least an attempt at it. The Horizon-class destroyers may look impressive on paper, but their true value will only be tested in a real-world conflict. Analysts can debate the merits of the PAM system and the Kodag propulsion all day, but the real test will come when these ships face a high-stakes scenario. Will they live up to the hype, or will their developmental issues resurface? For now, they remain the shining stars of their fleets, impressive but largely unproven in actual combat. In the broader picture, the Horizon-class destroyers are a bold statement of European military ambition. They embody the continent's desire to project power and defend its interests despite the bumps along the way. Whether they make a mark in naval history or fade into obscurity will depend on their performance under real pressure. For now, they stand as a testament to European cooperation and capability, even if the journey to get here has been far from smooth. That's it for this episode of Military Forces Unleashed. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Horizon-class destroyers and this new, longer format, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Got thoughts or questions? Drop them in the comments below and let us know if you'd like to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.